Hey guys, how we doing today? Welcome back for the craft pour. We got blue chameleon, gold and green, sorry, champagne and green chameleon, and more of that lake with more of the sparkly flakes. Gonna start off with something new that I've never tried before because I need to test something out. I want to decorate a picture frame and a mirror with resin, but I need to see how resin pools on a flat open glass surface. So I'm just gonna do some little puddles of these and see how far they spread. And then I'm gonna put them on the heat to partially cure and then see if I can manipulate them once I'm done with everything else. All right, so this is just going on the heat for now. Okay, so picking up where we left off yesterday, we have Moon Lady and Dragon Egg. Moon Lady, I'm going to do last because she is definitely going to spill. So let's do the Dragon Egg first. So in some of that lake. All right, now that we're up above the level of the lip, we need to get under there and make sure we release any bubbles. That's the wrong tool for the job. That was close. All right, then I'm just going to add a touch of blue to finish it off. There we go. Okay, let me move these out of my own way. Oops. Ack. All right. Then for Moon Lady, we're just throwing her on the nice dark blue background. This is absolutely going to spill over the sides because this piece is warped. Hopefully, though, it'll be a minimal spill. All right, and then we have our alien queen and another planetary orb. Finally found one of my medium-sized orbs. That will do nicely for Jupiter and Saturn. Okay. All right, and then for the last of that drawer just doesn't need to help contribute anymore. Okay. Nope. I don't think I have room for this, actually. I'll move some stuff around, maybe. Okay. We're going to start one of these because it's been a minute. And then we can just finish that off with another light color later. Okay, there, all set. All right, now let's see what kind of a mess we can make with this piece of glass. All right, so pretty good amount of spread on that. And that is still really liquidy. So I'm going to need to give this more time to cure before I fuck with it. So I'm going to pause for now, clean up, and come back and try again in a few minutes. So I'll be back, guys. Okay, I think this is cured enough that I can manipulate it. So let's give it a try. Okay, so we're at about 15 minutes cure time on the resin. As you can see, it's congealing quite nicely. So 15, maybe 20 minutes might be my my go-to time. As you can see, the clear resin is not curing as fast, maybe because I poured more of it and it's a thicker blob, or maybe just the dye is making it cure slower. That seems backwards. For whatever reason, this is still nice and liquidy, whereas this I can manipulate better. However, with the mica powder, at least when I'm dragging through, it's creating like kind of clear spots in the resin, so not exactly my forte. Yeah, maybe with a little bit more time to cure, this would be working better. All right. Okay. On hold for another few minutes. Hey, what's one thing I could try while I'm here? Hey, put on some gloves because, you know, no sense being an idiot. I can test out the wave drops. Let's see if I can make something like that. Maybe just do it on part of the resin so I'm not spoiling all of it. All right, so we just added some alcohol ink drops. And then we take our heat gun slash cannon. God, this thing is huge. Well, it does kind of look like surf. All right, do I have something with a more rounded tip I can use? Don't do that. Well, let's try this. Okay. I can see we're getting somewhere. We're just not where I want to be quite yet. Hold again, please. Okay, I think we've reached the right stage. So the barriers look like they're holding. Starting to think that video I've seen online of somebody doing something like this might have been AI. Her lines were way too clean. She was using some kind of a silicone tool though, so maybe that had something to do with it, but I kind of doubt it. Yeah, it's still pretty messy. Well, we'll see how this turns out. Alright, I gotta go do some stuff, guys. I'll see you later. Okay, so this is how everything turned out in the end for trying to make ripples with the resin on a glass surface. You can kind of see a little bit of texture depending on where the light hits it. Not so much on the clear, not so much on the gold. It kind of worked on the blue. I don't know, maybe I need to, I mean, I've got like 4 of these glass panels that I can experiment with, so maybe if the resin is closer to fully cured, when I start playing with it, it might give me the effect that I want. But I don't think that I have time to accomplish that before we were going to deliver the pieces to somebody. It's like a going away present. Thankfully, it's not a going away present that they're aware of. So this might just be something that we have to give up on. But anyway, I didn't want to leave you guys with just wondering what happened, so here's what happened. All right, bye guys.